Alex has finally responded, and it's probably one of the worst videos I've seen on this platform because mainly nothing in this video makes sense when it comes to absolutely anything. He's manipulative, sneaky, and lies a lot in his response. Now, if you don't know, Alex was accused by his former partner. Alex came out roughly a year ago with a lot of stuff documenting what happened in their relationship and showed a lot of text messages. Videos showing what Alex was like.
Sorry first.
So I'm a fucking whore mouth bitch retard cunt.
Is it generally because you're just fucking brain dead?
Yeah, I'm very brain dead, yeah.
Is that why you decided to go on the fucking offensive instead of the maybe
offensive.
Okay. I don't know what to call what you did. It was weird. It's always weird. You always take the fucking weird route. Just do the normal route, which is just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend
You're
would do.
acting
So,
like this is all just me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. Because this one, genuinely, this one, you fucked this, royally fucked this. The thing about you, and this is the thing, and this is why I fucking go round and round in circles. I join Cool, and when you're talking to me, going, this is the thing, even though now, when it's too fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good fucking dog, you don't fucking do it. You fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing, because you end up admitting that you fucked it all up anyway. So it's just fucking weird. And I know that you're going to end up admitting that you fucked it all up, which is why I'm
going to say that both of them were toxic in this relationship. It's obviously very clear that they were, and how they both treated each other. I think that they should have left each other a lot earlier to stop all of this from happening. But when you watch Alex's video, then it really shows how manipulative he is all the time, and how he's trying to get people on his side by showing a lot of messages that don't match up with what he says or points that he's making.
Alice hit me, kicked me, emotionally, verbally, and physically abused me, as well as threatened me and blackmailed me constantly throughout our relationship. Alice has continued to harass me by posting false information about me, as well as fabricating stories about our relationship online to this day.
Most of the time in this video, he talks about Claire's Law and how the police weren't involved.
I would like to make it incredibly clear. I have never been contacted, approached, or interviewed by police at any point in my life, and I do not have a record or any cautions. Claiming that I am a convicted criminal or have a criminal history is the first of many lies that will be covered in this video. There has at no point ever been a police investigation, but Alice has continuously lied to hide the truth about what really happened in our relationship and solidify the false narrative that she has built about me over the last year. Alice wrote all of these messages and posted the document knowing that the police investigation was a lie, as it would not be possible for Alice to share any information if this was at any point an ongoing case.
Alice has shown screenshots on her Twitter timeline that, in fact, she did contact the police. I'm guessing the police would have contacted him, as the police officer would have gone around and talked to him. Also, she would have given what the police needed, so they would have looked into him and talked to him. From my understanding, then they would need to request this information if need be. Alex probably knew about the police and is trying to paint the picture that it never happened, but since we've seen the evidence, a large part of Alex's video has been debunked straight away. He's been sneaky and manipulative through all these parts. Also, with Claire's Law, we can't access any of this information as the police would have to approve it, so not everyone can just access this. This is definitely something very sneaky that Alex knows. So yeah, it's just fucking sneaky. Alex is really manipulative in this entire video by either lying about certain events, showing certain screenshots over and over and over again, or talking about certain points that is just very misleading.
Because this is the exact opposite, as Alice had been threatening and blackmailing me throughout our relationship and months after it had ended. Since Alice's document, she went on to post many things on Twitter, TikTok, and in statements that contradict her story. One of the contradictions made was in a series of tweets Alice posted asking for YouTubers to reach out to her so she can do interviews for their videos on the false police investigation after her document was posted.
With the quick flashes of these messages, then you can't really catch them, and not many people are going to watch the video, pause to read, because they want to know what he's saying, and as they don't match up whatsoever, it's just really weird. What annoys me in all of this is that you can't just pause quickly, or you have to go back at times to check on things. This can be really frustrating, as the average viewer is just going to look at the video and believe what he is saying and not actually check the messages. What I find really interesting in all of this is that he is now getting karma. He went after Slazo, he threw him under the bus to further his own career. Alex has completely snaked a lot of people in the past, and now the roosters are coming home to roost, and he's getting a taste of his own medicine. If he came back and started making videos like he used to, then his audience and other people would destroy him and rip him apart. Most of the time that when you listen to this, he's trying to paint Alice as the bad guy so that you will fall for his fake stories and responses. Alice, by all means, is not 100% in the clear, as there are a few things that she's done at the end of his video that do paint her in a bad light, and I'll get to that much later on. I believe that he pretty much waited for a while before making any sort of response because he knew people would forget what was happening and won't go back to refresh their memories on anything that has happened, so that the quick messages flash up, people would believe that what he is saying is the correct thing. But when you slow it all down and read them, he is using the same screenshots over and over again. It's annoying when you see this, as he says at times he has more evidence than actually doesn't put it out there and just lies and manipulates his audience a lot. He goes into the video saying that Alice is a liar, but when the time comes, it just paints him in an even worse light. There are things in this video that he says that Alice would stop talking about from when she released the document, but when people start to ask questions, she's obviously going to reply to them because that's a standard thing to do. There are at times when Alex mentions that Alice calls him out or is harassing him, but when he shows these messages, they don't even show it whatsoever, and it's just goddamn weird. I think that Alex was trying to find anything to pin on her to make it look like he would be the better person, but since he couldn't, he thought that using the same screenshots over and over again would work, and it didn't. It absolutely failed. With the little stuff that he has is kind of weird because you think that he would have the exact same messages as her, so why not pop those in, show what happened before and after? But again, he won't because it paints him in a bad light and it just shows that he's lying. Putting in the same screenshots all the way throughout this video falls flat when you have to reuse the same ones over again, because why? It's just easier to show what she's shown so you can get yourself out of this. It's like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what would stick and then saying that's the right one right there. Alex brings up that Alice was building the folder for all the evidence, and all of this to me shows that she wanted to go to the police to show them everything. You wouldn't walk into the police station, start going through the procedures and actually going through your phone to take the pictures straight away. You would want to have everything ready so that you can hand it over to them so that they can go through it. There is a point in this video where Alex turns around and mentions about taking screenshots of what she sent to her mother, and normally when these massive things happen, you want to take a screenshot straight away in case that you leave it or that you may lose it later on. It's something that would be a lot easier to screenshot right there and then so you can add it to this folder. I know that Alex is painting a bad picture of Alice, as he knows that some of his audience will eat all of this up thinking that he is innocent. I think that Alex knew that he didn't have anything to come back with to show that he's innocent. Things were way out there, so he's resorting to this to try and get ahead of the game. If you've got nothing to lose, might as well just try and take people down. With him talking about not being on Claire's Law and saying that the police needed to charge him or that he has to have a criminal record, then that is not the case. You could just be on there and not be convicted. I would imagine that there would be a lot of people on there that have actually not been convicted. A lot of the time through the video, Alex says that Alice pushed Alex off her for doing things she didn't like, as well as a kick and a slap. This has always been brought up and the screenshots don't match up when he's talking about it. Now we know that Alice admitted to slapping Alex. That is no word of a lie. The pushing off mainly is about when Alex comes into her personal space or that he's being creepy. Alex also goes on about Alice kicking him when in bed by doing a donkey kick and then kicking him in the head before he gets pushed out of bed. When you think about it, so when he's being kicked, then it's not going to be a hard kick whatsoever, and trying to get her leg to hit him in the back of the head, it's kind of hard, not unless she turns around in bed to get a better kind of kick. But he doesn't say any of this, just that she kicked him in the back and then the back of the head. Now I'm not going to say that there wasn't a kick because obviously we weren't there, we don't know this, so we're going off what they're saying, but I don't think it's as bad as what he said. I think that he is playing it up so people will think, oh my god, this is the absolute worst, how dare she? But this is something that he goes on many times in this video, and it's just something that doesn't match up with what he shows on screen. I do think that when Alice pushed him away, he thinks that this is assault when it's clearly not. If he had any bruises or anything like that, I'm sure he would have taken pictures of them to send to her so he could keep going on about it, and we could have seen these images if they popped up. I think the entire video that Alex puts out is a genuine hit piece that he wants to go straight for Alice to paint her as a bad person. There are so many things that he needed to clear up and go over, but he just sticks to only a few points. It seems like he wanted everyone to know about the cat, InAllexx, and to clear some stuff up at the end for his former editor. If this was a video proving his innocence, then he would have gone into detail about the stuff that he's being accused of and not made a large portion of this video about his cat. When watching his video, it's really hard to actually sit through it because of all the flashes, all the looping that he does. He uses key phrases so that if you were just watching him, then you would believe that Alice is some sort of monster and he's in the clear, which is further from the truth. I get that Alice has done some shitty things, but all I see in this video from the evidence we see is that Alex is in the wrong for a large portion. I have no idea if Alex can actually read properly and be like, yeah, these are all fine, and then he puts the screenshots in and yeah, it doesn't match up with what he's saying. When going over all of these things right now, it just seems that he's misleading people, and if they get misled and they come back and see that he's lying, then people won't trust him. If you can't get your own video correct, how can you get other people's videos absolutely correct when you're trying to present the right information? It just is very, very weird. Alex brings up the whole thing that Alice would be going through his phone, unfollowing people, telling him to unfollow people as well. I think this is messed up. I won't lie on that one because it shows that there are no signs of trust, but Alex mentions he stops doing this and Alice doesn't like it at all, handing over the phone to let her go through his messages. If you're willing to let her go through your phone then, and now you've changed it to I don't want you to, something obviously is up. Now you can delete your chats on your side of Instagram. The other person can still read the messages and respond to them. So I can imagine that Alex has been messaging people and then deletes it to be like, hey, look, see, no messages whatsoever. One of the biggest things that Alex talks about is the cheating thing, where Alice likes a tweet saying that that person could treat them better. This makes Alex go crazy. There could be an argument that you shouldn't like it, but then the person was just a rando and it holds kind of no weight at all. What shows in this isn't the whole you shouldn't do that, it's more of an insecureness that he has. Plus, this was after their first date or something like that. Alice is, like him, a public figure. She has fans just like you. I'm sure that if you put something out there, some people would do the same thing for you. You can't control what people say online or what they tag you in. The way that I saw this is Alex wanted her to grovel and such to make himself feel better. But what happened is that he threw a hissy fit in the end. It wasn't good that she escalated this and it shouldn't have been liked. This just showed how much of a massive pussy Alex can be at times. My conclusion on this, while going through all of this and listening to Alex, I do think that he should have spent more time talking about the certain clips that we've seen, such as the whole smashing a face in with a brick.
Sorry first.
So I'm a fucking whore mouth bitch retard cunt.
Is it generally because you're just fucking brain dead?
Yeah, I'm very brain dead, yeah.
Is that why you decided to go on the fucking offensive instead of the maybe
offensive.
Okay. I don't know what to call what you did. It was weird. It's always weird. You always take this fucking weird route. Just do the normal route, which is just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend.
You're acting like this is all just me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. Because this one, genuinely, this one, you fucked this, royally fucked this.
The dog clip.
Thing about you, and this is the thing, and this is why I fucking go round and round in circles. I join call, and when I'm getting, you're talking to me, going, this is the thing, even though now, when it's too fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good fucking dog, you don't fucking do it. You fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing, because you end up admitting that you fucked it all up anyway. So it's just fucking weird. And I know that you're going to end up admitting that you fucked it all up, which is why it's even...
And I'm better than you. I'm an internet pro.
What drives me mental is, I think I may have said like 100 times, to the point where it's actually really hard to follow what I'm saying because it's so flexible. I've gone, you could do this, but you might be able to do that, but you might be able to do that, and you might be able to do this, and this might work, but you might be able to do that. And it sounds fucking mental. I don't even understand how you could possibly actually follow along to it. Like most of my friends struggle to actually understand what I'm saying. But that's why I'm a professional and you're all not. And then when you go, I don't like this, it's a...
I do believe that they should have been out of a relationship a lot sooner, but I don't know why they stayed together for that long. While I don't agree with some of the stuff that Alice has done while following Alex's rapist, I think that's absolutely bang out of order. I don't think that was fair, and I don't think going through someone's phone at any time, like Alex has mentioned, is a good thing either. Those are the only things I would pick up from that video that are completely out of order. What I don't like is that Alex is trying to get back into the community, which even if he does, he's not going to be able to be the same. I don't like how he's trying to paint Alice as the bad guy, although the video and use of certain things that don't add up. The fact that he's turned around and said that she's cropping certain messages, but Alex has done the same, which is not showing the same sort of messages or cropping certain ones. I think that most of this needed a timestamp so we could see where certain messages were in the timeline so that we could see if they matched up. Also, if you notice in the video, Alex actually uses his voice to break on certain things that, again, go up and down to bring out his point. And again, I do think that they were both in a very toxic relationship and they should have just left each other a lot sooner. I'll probably do another video on this when Alice drops her response later on, but what are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments and let's discuss. And while you're down there, hit like and subscribe, and with that, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for listening and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.